Yeah, I don't know what that was. My phone just turned off on me in the middle of a video. I guess it was pissed off I was talking shit about the Captain Marvel movie. I would reshoot. I was 15 minutes in. I'll be damned if I don't fucking finish what I had to say. Anyhow, Rami Malek is not just. I don't know if I'm completely gonna buy him as a villain or not. I'll wait till the movie comes out. Wait till I see it. Sure, of course. But he's in like a mask, machine gun. Got like looks like he's some weird walk. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The Bond films have a great rogues gallery, but and their villains are always the same. Is it going to be some kind of is it going to be like a ruthless gangster, like say Mr. Big or a Largo, or maybe some ruthless madman like Goldfinger or Raul Silva, or is it just going to be a wackadoo what the fuck like Hugo Drax and Christopher Walken and his daddy issues? The Bond villains are really all over the place. But just in closing, I just want to say that I've always loved James Bond. Back in November, I shot a video talking about my top 5 favorite heroes, film heroes of all time, and of course James Bond made the cut because the thing is James Bond would pretty much make everybody's cut. And the flaw of the franchise has always been trying to be something now. They've always dated themselves. They've always undermined what Bond is because Bond isn't a man that cares about the times. He's not into politically correct politics. In Goldfinger, they even point out he doesn't give a shit about the Beatles. He doesn't care about music. He doesn't watch movies or television. He doesn't read the fucking newspaper. James Bond is purely driven by his missions, and the only real interests he has in life are, the vices, alcohol and cigarettes and women. Bond is, he's a mess of a human being. He is, and I've always said, dark and disturbed and violent man, and just kind of trying to want to play into. Bond doesn't stand for anything. He is nothing more than the fucking pit bull you send in to chase out the rats. You know what I mean? Bond is just as bad, if not worse, than the guys he takes down. But what he stands for, he's not trying to hurt the innocent or take advantage of people. It's just doing his job. He's a madman. People, like I said, trying to take over the fucking world. A lot of the films are trying to bomb and murder thousands. That's why I really don't like his, he doesn't need to have this connection, kinsmanship with him. He doesn't need to have a recurring girlfriend. They actually, and even this isn't new. The girl he meets at the card game in his entrance in Doctor No, she's in From Russia with Love. I mean, that was the idea. That was his at home girlfriend. Sure he fucked around when he was on missions, but it's kind of part of the job. But yeah, he had a babe. Sean Connery's Bond had a girlfriend. This was a long series of videos, 6 videos and all. Well, 7 now since I had to add a double one onto this. Overall, if I was gonna rank the Bond guys, you couldn't just really rank them based on their who was the best choice and who was the overall. You have to rank it on the overall. Rank it all, everything. How did their songs, how did their films, how their eras, their babes, their villains, how did they help elevate or at least maintain the prestige of Bond? And in doing that, I would say, retrospectively, after looking at all these, I think Sean Connery is still number one because he is the standard. He's what they all are still trying to grasp and maintain that hype, that enthusiasm. Fuck. For James Bond movies. And after that, it's kind of I can't really decide. I like the rest of them all got their things, but as I'm sitting now, I'm gonna say Daniel Craig. It all depends. He could drop down to third place depending on how how good this last film is. You know, because he's, you know, good movie. He's like bad movie, good movie, yeah, movie. You know, for me. And, you know, after that, there's Roger Moore, who was great. Great villains, great songs, great babes, but great gadgets. But all his movies were really, really silly. You know, for the exception of Live and Let Die, I don't really know if there's a real good Bond movie in that whole bunch. Like I said, Octopussy Man with a Golden Gun and Spy Who Loved Me are watchable. Maybe not so much Spy Who Loved Me. It is, great, famous, very, very famous, annoyingly catchy theme song. Oh, I'll get stuck in your fucking head. And after that, would be Brosnan. Brosnan's films were silly, were wackadoo, but that comes with the territory, comes with all of them. But he did maintain a consistency with his performance as James Bond, which I really do appreciate now. I didn't then, I do now, and I just unfortunately Lazenby got to go before. Maybe Lazenby should be, even with his one performance. That like I said, On Her Majesty's Secret Service is just so good to me. Such a great movie. So it's iffy. It would, yeah. Yeah, fuck it, man. I'd still say Lazenby's number 2, and I say Craig could surpass that, even just with the greatness of Skyfall and a lot of the things he did with Bond. But at the same time, I really hated a lot of things the studio and the directors tried to do with Bond during his run. And, it's not over yet. So, and he could drop. He could drop behind. Roger Moore, and even the Roger Moore movies. Their best benefit is Roger Moore. But yeah, unfortunately, no matter how you count it, no matter how you balance it, how you look at it, it's always Timothy Dalton at the bottom, which is a shame because of all the actors that play James Bond. The way he's described by Ian Fleming, he's the best choice. He was the best choice ever for James Bond. Anyhow, hope y'all enjoyed these 7 videos. What do you think about James Bond? What's your favorite movie? Who's your favorite Bond babe? Who's your favorite Bond villain? What's your favorite Bond gadget? Who's your favorite James Bond? Let me know. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.